So what do you lot think about children having to stay in school until they're 18?
Personally, I think it's good, like, because they get the full-time education. Like, someone's in control of them because they're not quite adults yet. Some of them like want to go off, go wild, try something new. But like in the future, most of adults like, regret doing that, like having the doing crazy stuff. So until they're 18, I think it's good because someone's in control of them, so they're going the right path. And after they're 18, they get to choose which way do they want to go.
So do you think, like, say, if an individual has like good potential to like become a footballer or basketball player at a young age, do you think they should still continue with education?
Yeah, I think they do, because in secondary school I had a classmate. He was like a professional footballist, and he changed college because the school could agree like to do it like different times, having lessons like privately with that student while he's still doing his football stuff.
Okay,
so like we arranged the timetable so he has time for his education and his hobbies. So yeah.
So Faruk, what's your views on this subject?
So it would be better for some people leaving.
Yeah.
So find a job.
Yeah.
Like they would look after if their family don't own a business or stuff like that. Like they would look after their family.
Yeah.
So
they're basically helping their family financially.
Yeah, helping themselves, their family, and all that.
Okay. Any more?
I think that a child should have their own opinion on this and decision whether they should stay till the age of 18. I think it should be voluntary. Like, you have the option to stay till you're 18, but you can leave at the age of 16. Or so, say you're a person who's just raring to get into the working industry, and you leave at the age of 16, and you just want to get a job to get out there. They might not want to stay till the age of 18. They might think, oh, the extra 2 years is a waste of their time.
Yeah.
But then again, they will benefit from the extra 2 years because they'll learn more. They'll develop their communication skills, everything, which will then benefit them in their work industry. But you never know, because it always depends on the person. Someone might disagree with it, someone might agree with it.
That's a good point, because some students, and a couple of people who live on their own, have their own place, and by the age of 16, and they live by themselves, so they do whatever they want either way. But some of them quit school, they got literally found out for behavior and stuff, and they got a job and they're doing quite well. Yeah, some of them, because when you push to the edge where you don't know what you're gonna do, like with survival instinct, you somehow either way manage it. Sometimes it's more successful with school or better without it.
You just got to be patient.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And get where you want to be. Just work towards your goals. And as long as you put the maximum effort into it, you always get there. So I honestly think that it should be a voluntary decision whether to stay till the age of 18 or whether to leave at 16.
Well, personally, I believe that it shouldn't be voluntary, because if you have kids staying in school at 18 years old, then there's less chance of them getting into gangs, into trouble and stuff like that.
But that all depends on their decision making.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Until you're 18, you'll still count as a child.
Yeah.
I agree. You're right. But I know many people who are doing pretty well at the age of 16, got a job, getting a decent amount of money coming into the house and into their pocket, and they're doing fine. And they left at the age of 16 with good grades, and some of them left at the age of 16 with bad grades, and they're still managing. So staying to the age of 18, if you want to, I think you should, because you can benefit from it. But then again, if you want to just go out there, go straight to college or into the work industry, then you should be able to without any problems.
Yeah, some of even if you look up to famous people, for example, Eminem, he's admitted as top of the music industry, and he didn't even finish school.
That's true.
He got on, he did pretty well, I guess.
Exactly. I have family members who who left school at the age of 16, did a few college courses, not full-time college, and he still got into university with the qualifications that he got. So staying till the age of 18, I reckon will only benefit your knowledge in subjects and your communication skills and stuff like that.
And there's some people that work and their education as well.
Exactly. They can mix it together.
Yeah.
But for someone to work, they have to get education anyway. So staying at 18, I believe that will heighten your chances of becoming successful in whatever you decide to take up.
No, you're right on that. I agree with that.
Yeah, but until 16, you already got the primary skills, like what you need. You pass your GCSEs.
The basic skills.
After then, it's like you're picking, like you have to know what you're doing, like what you want to do in the future.
Because like now, when I was at secondary, like most of the things that I'd done, like my coursework, we had like days to do it. Like we just had time to do it. But now, like the kids that was the year behind me, they have to do their coursework in the exam condition, so they don't have like the time that I had to do it. So that's making it more.
But the education is changing overall. It's like people are sitting their GCSEs. Some secondary schools are sitting their GCSEs from year 9 now, and not year 10. So you're learning the main skills from a pretty young age. So staying the extra 2 years, it's not really necessary unless you're sitting.
Until you're 18, you don't really know, like.
But you have the time to find out what you want to do.
But for example, me, last year I was doing A-levels of physics, maths and music. It turns out at the end of the course I didn't want to do it. So I changed and switched to Southgate because I like doing sports. So that means like I was still loose, I didn't know what I was doing, like maybe I should try this because I got good grades in GCSE.
Oh, I agree, it'll give you the 2 years to find out what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
like,
don't
until
you
you're adult, you have to make up your decisions, like, but that age, roundabouts, you know where you're going.
But if you know what you want to do, then shouldn't you have the choice, like, to leave at the age of 16? And to go off
sometimes you get the wrong idea because I really want to be a musician.
That's a learning process, you just learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, but that's the thing, but it's better like to give you more time, that extra 2 years to think about it.
But 2 years might be a bit more time than they want, so maybe they could stay till maybe an extra year. I still like a voluntary thing. When you're ready, you should leave.
Maybe they want to be someone like since they were little and they didn't change their mind. They keep wanting again. Then of course. But some people who like still don't know what they want, what they want to do. I think it's a good opportunity. Like
to stay 18.
Compulsory until 18.
There will be no need for kids to graduate. Then they can just stay at secondary school.
They could stay at secondary school, but you can see like why they would make them stay till the age of 18 for the extra 2 years, the benefit of the extra 2 years. But I still think a person has their own decisions to make, and if they have a decision that they want to make at the age of 16, then they should make it then and then. Like they shouldn't wait the extra 2 years and stay there for 2 more pointless years. To them it might be pointless, not to everyone else.
I believe that the school should decide on whether the individual should be moved on to higher education or not.
But education,
depending on their abilities.
But sometimes you get people who are just shy and they won't show their abilities in the class, which will make the teacher have a different opinion to what the student would have.
So if they change from the environment that they've known for like 6 years, that will still like...
Yeah, but I was a kid where the teachers thought I was a child, because I moved to a different secondary school halfway through like year 9, and they thought my ability was low, but previously before I came to that secondary school my ability was different, and it's because I got moved, and it's like you have to start over a new cycle and have to get used to everything again before you open up again. So the teachers automatically thought, oh no, she's just an average person.
If you stayed in that one school, then you'd have like a certain amount of time to build on your confidence.
Because year 7 is the year where you come to the school, you make friends, you choose like who your group is, whatnot, and then year 8, this and this and this, and then year 9, and then if you have to move to another secondary school, it's like repeating that whole process again. And then the teachers won't know you because they haven't known you for that.
That's why this will be a good thing, because you obviously get time to build on your relationship with your friends.
No, you're right. I see where you're coming from.
So,
So I think it should be like compulsory school until 16, because that's after 16 it's kind of more individual, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so then you start doing what you want.
Because you can start work at the age. Well, you can even start it earlier, but proper.
Yeah, like
jobs.
and after that you can get, if you want it, like if you can have gap year, like come back, you can still go to college or university when you're, I don't know, 20.
Exactly, but
21.
keeping a student in till the age of 18, like the ALG, you after the age of 18, I think it is, you get ALG at your college, right? But you'd be holding a kid into secondary school to the age of 18, then they would have to pay for their courses at college, because they'll be over the age of 18.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless they change the rule of that and say, oh, because you're staying till the age of 18, then they'll change maybe so like you'd only have to pay for your courses at college when you're 20, then I'd understand that.
Yeah, it depends, like the free education is until 18, so maybe they could, if they could like move it around a little bit, give it more time, like to people to figure out what they're gonna do exactly, and like have a taste of life, for example, have a job and stuff like that. If they like it, they don't go to college. If they do, they have a chance.
True.
Yeah, true.
By keeping someone to the age of 18 also benefits, say if you're from a deprived family, you'd get free school dinners for another 2 years, so you wouldn't have to pay for your lunch. It'd benefit like your family environment as well, because the parents wouldn't have to worry about giving the child money to travel to college, to travel for their books, their facilities, because secondary school provides you with the books, pens, pencils, so you'd also benefit in the home.
Well, looking at the negative points of staying till you're 18, that's just keeping you trapped in one thing, like one environment. You're not experiencing.
But it does help you, actually. If
you're not going out in the world and experiencing different, like say for example,
you do have a social life. You
university.
get a taste of like.
But at one point you've got to become independent, an independent individual, and college gives you that opportunity to be independent, because you have to start doing things on your own. You can't always have your parents ringing up saying, oh, my child is not in today because of this. Like in secondary school, you'd have to ring up personally and be like, I'm not in today. And that's you taking responsibility. And when leaving at the age of 16, you get that responsibility because you're going to secondary school, like to college, that's it, yeah.
And I believe, because these children, if they stay at the age of 18, they build a stronger bond with their teachers, therefore learning to get higher grades.
But wouldn't that make it harder for them to leave their teachers? If they're building a strong bond, they would. It'd be harder to break the bond, and they might not want to leave.
Because my English teacher or something like that, if I knew him for like the whole of the time I've been in education, I would have probably learned much more. Because switching teachers, you have to adapt to their teaching style.
But staying with them for a longer period of time will make it even harder for you to adapt to another teacher once you leave.
Yeah, but you still be learning, maybe.
Yeah, but it'd be harder for you to adapt. Like you said that you'd be able to learn more with that teacher. So you start, what is year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then for 2 extra years, 12, 13. So you'd be staying at secondary school for 7 years, and you create that 7-year bond with your English teacher, and then you move on to college. Wouldn't you find it hard to like adapt to a new English teacher?
That's what I'm saying, because if you stay there for 18, and then if they probably bring in a new curriculum where you can get the qualifications in college from, like, not in college, but bring it to your secondary school, then you probably stand a greater chance.
Oh, so if you bring the college courses to the 2-year...
Yeah, because they do have secondary school that are
like sixth forms?
Yeah, like that.
So it is basically like sixth form, staying 2 years extra. Oh, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, when I finished secondary school, I went to sixth form in the same school, so I got pretty well with the teachers because I already knew them. So like, you know how they teach, you know what techniques they use, you get the mentality and stuff, and it actually does help.
True.
So you will benefit education-wise, basically.
Yeah, I always benefit. Like if you stay in the same school.
Yeah.
But if you're moving on, then it's a different thing. Getting to know new people changes.
Then again, there is bad and good points of staying in 18 and not staying in 18.
Yep.
It actually depends on the individual, like the way that person is. Maybe it's quite easy for him to adapt to a person, catch on what he's talking about.
True.
But I'm not a person who adapts easy to people.
Exactly,
It'd be harder for people like me or you or whatnot, it'd be harder for you to adapt to a new teacher. So.
Yeah, so wouldn't it be easy for you to stay to school for?
But through life, you're gonna have to become an independent individual at some point, won't you?
Yeah,
so it's better to do it earlier than later.
Yeah, but that's when you get all your grades.
But by leaving at the age of 16, you get that independence, you get that responsibility. You're going to have to start doing things for yourself and for your grades. In secondary school, it was compulsory. You don't have to go to college. You have a choice whether you want to or not.
If you stick with until you're 18, then you don't have a choice, would you?
But after the age of 18, people can say, no, I don't want to go into further education.
Yeah, but that's not the law, is it? Like, they have to go until they're 18, that's what they're trying to say.
Unless they're bringing in the college courses for that 2-year thing after the age of 16, then I think it's a good idea, because you'd be learning the stuff you'd be learning in college just at your secondary school.
Yeah.
Then I'd understand that, but I still think leaving at the age of 16 would be better, because you'd be learning your communication skills, like you'd be developing them by learning to adapt to new people.
Yeah.
Whereas if you stay till the age of 18, it'd be harder for you to adapt to new people, because you've known them for like 7 years.
After you have to leave when you're over 18.
But it's always better, not always, it depends on the person, to learn it at a younger age than a older age.
If they leave earlier, for example, they have, in a way, they kind of pick up life skills much quicker because they're pushed, they're independent, and they have to learn quicker. In college, like, someone's still looking after you, you think about it, but you're not actually confident to do it. In real life, like, you have to do it, you have to know, like, just like that, keep going, and to know what to say, not to say, how to communicate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Faruk, do you have anything to input?
Oh, you said everything.